and welcome to an Iron Man heavy video. I thought I'd do a quick rundown of all the Iron Man figs that I have. I know there's a couple missing here, but they are either Comic Con special edition blah blah blahs or ultra builds. These are the sort of mainstream available minifigs that I have, and as far as I'm concerned I think I've got all of them now, which is cool. So I thought I'd run down them through them all. We'll start off with Mr. Tony Stark himself, although not technically obviously Iron Man. He does feature in an Iron Man set in the Malibu Mansion set 76007, and he does have obviously the slightly scared look from that set as his mansion explodes, as well as the "I'm better than you" expression. So that's Tony Stark. It's good to have a version of Tony Stark, I think, because you've got the torso with the arc reactor on his chest. So cheating first of all, we do have, technically, according to according to Wikipedia anyway, Mark V suit. Now this is a sticker version of that suit. This is literally as much detail as you get. So again, some of you will recognise this from the Malibu Mansion set. It is technically listed as Mark V, so I thought I'd include it. Again, a little bit cheeky, but who cares. Next up we have the first of our two older figures. First up we have the Mark VI, which is kind of detailed by its triangular arc reactor on the front. Still a fair amount of detail on these. You know, there's leg printing and a chest printing, but as the figures do progress, we do get a lot more detail, which obviously we'll have a look at. So that's the Mark VI, and then Mark VII. Sorry, Mark VI was from the Cosmic Cube Escape. I didn't actually have that set. I had this guy from the Iron Man vs. Drone polybag, 30167, which was probably the cheapest way of getting it, although I did have to get it on eBay because it wasn't that readily available. Next up we do have the Mark VII, which is from the Quinjet aerial battle. I do have that Quinjet set, 6869 I think it is. And again, this is slightly different in terms of it has the round reactor on his chest piece. Again, we have some back printing with the gold detail on there, really cool. And again, we have different facial expressions for these, so it's good to get a couple of different facial expressions, but we see these pop up a few more times. But they're the sort of original wave, if you like, from the original Avengers series. Next up, we have two figures from, again, the next wave, if you like. These are from the standalone Iron Man movies. The first one we have is the Mark 17 suit. Now the Mark 17 is also known as a Heartbreaker. This was featured in the Mandarin Showdown set 76008, and this is probably the only reason people bought that little polybag, not polybag, that set, because it had a random Mandarin vehicle that never featured in any of the films as far as I can see, unless there's some blooper reel we've missed. But we do have some footprinting with the boots here and that blue reactor, and most notably we have blue eyes as well. And again, some of the usual expressions for Tony Stark, that becomes a theme. But still, as you can see, a little bit more detail going on with these minifigs. Next up, Mark 42. He has gold hands, again, which kind of separates it. Again, we have the boot detail, leg, lots of gold on the torso, and a bit of back printing as well. This was from the I think Malibu Mansion set. I think there's a couple of these floating around in different sets, but there you go. There's his scared face again that we saw. This also came with a white face, because you could have the suit of armour just on display while you had Tony Stark, but I had a couple of spare heads, so he's got his own head. Anyway, finally we do have the newest minifigures. We have the Hulkbuster at the back, which obviously featured in the Hulkbuster Breakout Shindig 76031. So not technically a minifig, but obviously a minifig can fit inside the cabin there, but it does have the Ironman printing on the dome. But this first fig, as you can see, the gold and dark grey thighs, lots more detail on the torso, especially if we go back to the original. You can see just a little bit more colour and detail in there. So this is Mark 43, which is featured in the most sets in this current range, 3 sets. Again, the Hulkbuster set, the Quinjet and the Avengers Tower set. There you go. So quite easy to get hold of if you're going to get any Avengers set from 2015. You're likely to pick up this one. But this figure, which is quite readily available because it's only in a £13–14 set. Again, slightly different arc detail on here, but you notice the helmet is different. So just do a quick comparison side by side. So some notable differences, but this is the only way you can get this Mark 45 figure, and that's through the Iron Man vs Ultron set, which is a cheap little set, worth getting for the figs. So they're all my Iron Men figs. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at those. If you want to just check them out, there's one more figure though that I need to get and show, which is my own mock, which you may have seen in my other videos, but I thought I'd just quickly show you now. So here is my minifig scale original Iron costume, which we saw in the original Iron Man movie. This does use minifig components, so it does use the collectible minifigures armour from the Space Trooper, and a bit of torso stuff going on there, but I think it looks quite good, although it doesn't really sit in with the collection. It's not an official figure, and you can see I've had to put some stickers on the round modified dome piece at the top. If you can just zoom in there, it will focus properly. So there's a couple of stickers there. I think it looks quite good. There are instructions for this. If you Google Lego Ironman mock or Lego Ironman Mark 1 mock, you'll probably find instructions for this. I've added a little bits to the original that's on internet, but I thought I'd include it. So thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I will be doing a few more videos. I've been out of YouTube for a little bit, but subscribe and you'll see a few more videos of my collection coming up in the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching.